Greetings one and all, this is Rhythmworks and welcome to my channel with some gaming stuff that's come to my attention over the last few days. And the first being this game. It is called Kill Strain. It's a PlayStation exclusive. As you can see, it is a 2D twin stick tower defense kind of game. I'm not really a big fan of the twin stick shooters, although the control scheme is very intuitive to a point where it can be addictive, you know, but for the most part I don't really play twin stick shooters. But I thought I'll give it a go because I did sign up for more information about it and got the beta. I think the beta only lasted a day, literally only lasted a day. So I got onto it, and from not knowing what the hell I was doing to actually get into grips with what I needed to do proved to be a very enjoyable way of passing a few hours, you know. It's definitely a time-killing game. Obviously it's gonna be a digital game, so it'll be a game that I'll probably remote play on my Vita or now on a PC somewhere. If I'll be getting the game, it has to be a considerable, reasonable price for me to even consider the game. But you know, it's not a bad game. It's not a bad game, you know, but my desire for the game has to be matched with the price, I'm afraid, because there are other games that my head is right now consumed with. And next up, Battleborn Open Beta. Now, first things first, Gearbox Games, 2K Games, man. Listen, you're putting out a beta of a highly anticipated game. And once again, we have another set of developers saying, oh, we didn't realize how much the servers was gonna basically be weighed down with the demand, but thanks for your support, blah, 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 blah. That bullshit don't cut it anymore for me personally. Do you know what I mean? It really doesn't cut it anymore. You know, you've been on the next generation, you've been developing games for the next generation. You're supposed to have the servers in mind when you develop these games. You know what I'm saying? You know how long it took me to actually get a game? I would say around an hour and a half it took me before I could actually get in a game. And that might not seem like nothing to some people, but that's the difference between being interested in a game and being pissed off with the game. Straight up, for me, that's what it is, you know. But having got into the game, what do I think about it? It's a nice arcadey shooter. You know, it has, dare I say, it has echoes of some elements of Destiny, elements of Borderlands about it, but it's a fun shooter. I haven't played PvP on it as yet, because I thought if I switch to PvP, I'm not going to get on it at all. So I decided to play the story mode, which is pretty neat. You know, it's a nice game to play with your friends. But my only thing is, which rang an alarm bell for me, which was online play. You have to be online to play the game, whether you play it by yourself or you play it in a party, local party, or you play it online. Obviously, you're going to need online to play it online. But you know what I mean, right? You know, for any permutation of how to play the game, you need to be online. And that's ringing alarm bells for me right about now. Even though the game is good, they say they want to, you know, keep the data flowing, keep the achievements data flowing and all of that stuff. And I don't know, man. I think for some it's a non-argument. But me personally, I feel I should be entitled to have the option whether to play the game online or offline. You know, that's just me, especially if I'm playing, you know, with my friends in a local party game. You know, I don't think it's much to really ask, you know what I'm saying? And for it to be online all of the time and give me the data argument, to me is a bit weak. It really is, especially with the servers not fucking working properly. That just gives it away for me, man. You know, if the servers was working pristine, military precision freaking servers, you know what I mean? Data's running through at 3 billion whatever per second, I'd get it. I would get the concept of why it has to run online. But, you're not winning any brownie points at the moment because of the fact it took me an hour and a half to get into the fucking game. And then you're going to tell me I have to play online with that shit? Will I be getting this game? Who knows? Who knows at this point? It's new. It's different to some degree. There's elements of other games where, nothing is new under the gaming sun right now, so picking things from different games and, just putting a spin or a twist on it is nothing unusual. And, developers can only be applauded for basically doing something with shooters that is slightly different than the norm. So I give Gearbox that at the very least, But I won't be getting it. I won't be getting it at the minute because there's another game on my mind, and you know that. Next up, I want to talk about something that it might go over some people's heads. People might not give a shit. People might be really passionate about. But I want to talk about the PlayStation 4.5. To me, when I saw news about that, first thing I thought, the gospel according to Apple. If Sony are going to go down that slippery slope of us having to update our PS4s simply because we can make it backward compatible, when people was asking about that from a long time, and you guys saying, well, it's not really feasible for the model that we're basically putting out, and now you're going to decide to do that with the PS4 and for the PS4.5 to accommodate 4K screens. I don't give a shit about that. Do you know what I mean? Because, I can understand the VR argument. I can understand the PlayStation VR argument where you're bringing something new. You're bringing a new thing to the PlayStation ecosystem. I totally get that. But for us to having to upgrade to 4.5 simply because of 4K and backwards compatibility, it's not washing with me. I think the PlayStation 4 is a good bit of kit, and with all the updates you're basically giving it, it's turning to be a really good piece of kit. But to be bringing 4.5s into the equation, 2 years since the launch of PS4, I don't think that's a good move. I think it stinks of greed, to be perfectly honest with you. And it kind of shows me, stuff that you wanted to do with it to enable the 4.5, you could have done for the PS4 on its own. And to me, that's not right. It's not right. It could be argued that the money that we're giving for PS Plus subscriptions and everything that we're buying in the PS4 ecosystem is funding all of that shit. That's fine, that's an argument. However, I just want to have my PS4 for the duration, like I had my PS3 for the duration, and enjoy my games. And hopefully the developers, make their games of a standard where their game stands the test of time. That's why I had to put up The Last of Us, because for me, Naughty Dog is synonymous with quality, across 2 freaking consoles. I'm playing the story again and again and again and again because I enjoy it. I absolutely enjoy playing The Last of Us. Political reasons why I don't really play it much anymore, but barring that, it's great, and that's what Sony needs to concentrate on, getting good games that people can play for a long time, and stop worrying about catching up with the whole 4K, 8K bollocks, because that's what's going to happen. The 4K thing's going to come, and then within another couple of years, it's going to be the PlayStation 4.75. I can't. If that starts happening, I'm done. Seriously, I am done, because I don't see a feasible reason to be doing that shit across the board. Yeah, it might be for a niche audience and what have you, but to be doing all that shit for just a minority of people, I don't think it's I don't think it makes financial sense unless people have the opportunity to part exchange. But then even with that, you're still paying for another console, even if it's like £200 or £150. You know, part exchanging shit. It's like, no, I don't want to go down the mobile phone, cell phone, smartphone route. You know what I mean? I really, really don't. You know, that shit is scary. I mean, it's scary enough with the VR, you know, and the moral and social repercussions that's going to basically have, because I know me and my missus is going to get into some problems now, because if I start strapping that thing on my head and ignoring her, you know, as one person in IGN says, it's nice to know when you play on your console that there's a break in that relationship where your loved ones actually walk past the TV screen. You know, I couldn't put it better myself. That's what you need to kind of break up the fantasy and the reality, or to kind of bring the two together. But with VR, it's going to create a lot of problems. I can see it already. But as with everything else, in moderation. Once it's used in moderation and it's all blessed, it's all good. But coming back to the PlayStation 4.5, I really don't think that's what the resources need to be spent on, in my opinion. You know, I might be wrong. People can argue, well, don't fucking buy it then, you know. But I don't know, with how I've seen the PS4 progress of late, you know, the one thing that is really kind of great in me is servers on games that, you know, that we really, really like. Servers on games that are very, very popular. You know, it doesn't matter if you have a pristine freaking PlayStation console. If the servers on the games is shit, it renders your PS4 to shit. Simply because you can't play the fucking game. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, the links have got to be freaking solid on the Bumba Cloud chain, man. That's all I'm saying, you know. And to be putting out a 4.5, nah, man. Deal with the most important thing, man. So is with that, I'm going to bid you guys adieu for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for passing through. And you don't know the coup, whatever the game, media, format, genre. Happy gaming, everyone, because that's what it's truly about, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters. And until I catch you on the next one, please stay blessed. Magan.